from my own position that whatever Muiwa does, whatever the lawyer do, it is Baba that is doing it. If he does not like it, he will have told them he doesn't want it. This is what I want. You understand?
The past couple of weeks, yeah, I took step back. But this time around, I'm in Nigeria, said I have to be at the
Go to the
inquest. Like
inquest.
I'm done.
Thank you for that. That was very fantastic. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm
So
like, I'm
beginning to the
done.
end, tell us.
Yeah, like so apparently well, I got there a little bit late. They had started and I think they had done the introduction. Obviously, I don't know who is who. I know Wunmi was the only person and Baba Mohbad were the only two people that I could recognize, right? So my driver got a better seat. I sat in the back, but my driver got a better seat in front. So I told him, let's swap. You come to the back, let me go to the front. So not knowing that I was sitting next to what's this guy's name? Comrade Mose and
Oh, really?
yeah, and Praise K Crown. So obviously I couldn't really ask any question because they had started the proceedings. So I was just listening. Then someone got up, I believe was later I found out that it was Bankole and Smith. I think he wanted to talk about what they had submitted, whether it's been approved or not. Don't forget, I don't know who that person is, right? Because I missed the introduction. Yeah, so then the magistrate said, would he mind if he listened to the other lawyer? I don't know who that person is. She's probably going to come back to what the Bankole and Smith had said, and he said he was okay with it. Now, this was later. I found out who the lawyers were after I asked Comrade Moses. I'm just going by not knowing who was who. Do you understand? So another lawyer got up now and told the magistrate that they wanted to. He started with. He didn't even say he came with free things. He just started with. He would like to invite the witnesses back to the inquest, and the magistrate was like, she went against it. She said, why would you want me to bring all of these people back if you do you have anything new? Like, have you got anything new regarding this case for me to bring them back? And the guy was just stammering, like there was nothing to say. Then the lady asked again, tell me, like, you can't just say, bring these people back. We've done all of these things. Like, we've interviewed, we've questioned these people in November. And it was David Fadele that grilled, that questioned these people. So why do you want me to bring all of them back? You don't have anything new to tell us that will probably move me or sway me to bring these people back. But tell me right now, do you have anything aside you just wanted to question them? The guy quoted section 32, I believe. And the magistrate said, yeah, I understand that, but this inquest, it has a time frame. So you cannot tell us to now bring everybody back again, begin again, that she's not going to accept her. And then he said, okay, how about, then I think the other thing he wanted to talk about was Mohbad's house, that they should move the inquest to Mohbad's house. And the magistrate said, do you know if the house is vacant? Is anybody living in that house? What can you tell me about the house? Like, you can't just tell us to move the inquest to Mohbad's house without you knowing if the house is vacant and all of that. So the guy could not answer that question as well. And me, I'm looking at this guy like, hold on, what did you come to do here if you don't have answers to this question? Like, these are things that you should know, that okay, if you want to say something, you should be prepared that if they say no, these are the reasons they might say no, and you should have answer to this question. And the guy looks a bit intimidated, like that representative from Shitu, I believe. That's what they told me later. It looks a little bit intimidated. And then the magistrate said, if you're going to bring anybody to the inquest, it should be the nurse, Naira Marley, and Sam Larry. As for the nurse, we don't need the nurse now. we would invite the nurse after the pathologist has been cross-examined. And there is no point we bringing nurse back and forth because the nurse is in custody. And I'm like,
Bam.
what? Nurse in custody, Ke? They said nurse come to sign every Tuesday. How is this nurse in custody? So at that point, I expected the lawyer now to tell the magistrate, hold on a minute, which nurse is in custody? The nurse is on bail now. The nurse has been coming to sign, blah, blah, blah. But they took that in, which means some people have just been misleading the public that the nurse is coming every Tuesday to sign. Because we don't know if the magistrate was lying or if people
I think,
failure.
okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So the magistrate said, and she stood her ground, she said the nurse is in custody. So if you're not sure, you should have asked questions and all of that. So that's that for that. Then as for Naira Marley and Sam Larry, the magistrate said, you people said you don't have Sam Larry and Naira Marley's address. I won't look for Naira Marley and Sam Larry's address for you. That is your job to do, not mine. You should have the address, and if you want them to come to the inquest, you should be able to serve them what you want to serve them. Get the address and do, but I'm not going to do it for you. So if you, as a lawyer, if you don't agree with these things, you should talk. But everything, the guy was just looking like he looks confused, like he doesn't even know what was happening. Then it was
Sam.
later, like when we went on break, then I asked Comrade Musi, who is Shitu, who is Odumosu, and who is what's the other person's name?
Bankole.
Bankole and Smith. Because what's his name again? Comrade Musi now pointed who Bankole and Smith was to me, who da 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 is and da 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 da. I said, oh, okay. So when we went on break, Comrade Moses stood up and went to meet Bankole and Smith. Then I saw K Crown and I asked K Crown, who is who? K Crown said, he believes that one over there is Shitu. And I'm like, that looks like somebody that I saw on the last inquest who granted interview. So K Crown said, yeah, that's Shitu. So when Comrade Moses came back, I said, Comrade Moses, K Crown said that is Shitu. Then Comrade Moses said, no, that is not Shitu. Didn't you see me speaking to him? That's not Shitu. That is Bankole and Smith. That is our lawyer, like the public lawyer, the one they got. I said, oh, okay. Then we went on break. Mind you, Wumi was in the court. Then she sat right in front of me, Comrade Moses, and K Crown. So Mohbad walked in at that time when they had just finished the first section. So we all went outside. I went to do what they wanted to do. Mumi, Mohbad, and Liam, they were talking. I don't know what they were talking about. Then when it was time for the next city, we went back in. Then Mohbad sat behind Baba Mohbad this time. But I don't know if Baba Mohbad did not realize on time. But when he probably realized, he moved. He went somewhere, he went to sit somewhere else. So Mohbad sat behind, she sat behind Baba Mohbad. Then Mumi told Mohbad, because she spoke through me. Because remember I said she sat right in front of me. So she was telling Mohbad to come sit in front next to her. But Mohbad said no. There was a lady sitting next to me who told me to tell her to come sit in front. And Mumi told that lady, she said no. So that's that for that. Now, when the magistrate came back now, she read a long whatever. So I believe whatever she was reading was what Bankole and Smith had filed in or submitted or whatever, just for them to be able to participate. But then after reading everything, because it was a long whatever, and they were not loud, we were struggling to hear what the woman was reading. But the last part that I grabbed was that I dismiss it, which means, so that was when Comrade Mose made one loud noise, like so disappointed. Do you understand? So that's stuff for that. Then she continued by reading the autopsy. I think they submitted something for private autopsy. So she was reading that, and she said, I accept this, like, which means she agrees they should do the autopsy, the private autopsy. And then Wumi told Mohbad. That is where I had issue with the team Wumi. So now Wumi told Mohbad to get up. to talk. I think it was something that they had talked about outside. Do you understand? But maybe Yamoba did not know when to stand up to ask a question. I don't know, but she told Yamoba to get up and ask question. But she was feeling, you could tell that she doesn't really want to do it. Like that court was not in their favor. Let me put it that way. So she didn't want to start. Then Wunmi looked at her again. That did they? So the woman raised her hand up. She didn't even stand up. She just put her hands up. But that hand was not showing properly. Like, you know, when you're in class here and a teacher is asking you, does anybody have question for me? And you're raising your hand up, but you're giving the impression that if this woman don't see me, don't call me. At the same time, I've done what you want me to do, which is raising my hands up, right? So eventually, the woman saw her and the woman told her to get up. So when she stood up now, she walked forward and she walked back. And then she said she wants to ask a question. And the magistrate said, who are you? And she said, oh, she's Mohbad's mom. And she said, okay, go ahead. And she said in Yoruba, mo fẹ́ kí wọ́n bury ọmọ mi. Then the magistrate said, why are you just telling us this now? Don't you have a lawyer? And she said, oh, she's got a lawyer. So why didn't you tell your lawyer? She said she did. Then the lawyer got up now. The lawyer said, she told me, but I wanted her to say it by herself. Then she went back to see. The lawyer continued with the magistrate, and the lawyer said, Mohbad and Wunmi, they decided that they want to bury Mohbad. Then the magistrate said, unfortunately, that is not going to happen. There is not a decision that both of them only can take, that they need to involve the father of Mohbad. Then Wunmi got up. She spoke for about 5 minutes. She explained how she's been bullied, how they've called her different names, how Baba had been making people just say different things about her, and she's so tired. She doesn't want her husband to be caught again, that she can't just go through that again and all of that. Like, she was close to tears. Do you understand? So the magistrate said, oh, well, I'm sorry. I understand that you were married customarily, but Baba, your dad, Mohbad's dad, must agree that you must agree or must be in support of you burying the boy. But if he does not support it, then you cannot. But Wunmi said, but the other family member, they've all agreed. There is only Baba that is not agreeing, that is not in agreement with them. And the magistrate said, well, Baba has to, he must, like all of you must come together to agree to bury or not to bury. In a situation where, so the woman was trying to tell her that in a situation where, even if you decide not to bury and Baba wants to bury, it doesn't work that way. All of you must come together. That your wife, Mama Mohbad has a say, Baba Mohbad has a say. You all have to come together. But if you can't agree, then you take it to high court. Then she said, okay, she wants to beg the magistrate that even if they're going to continue with this private autopsy, that she wants it done before September 12, that her husband was going to be a year in that whatever, that they had not buried him, and they should please give them like a time frame. Then the magistrate said, yes, I'm going to give them a time frame. They're not just going to leave the body there. The Baba lawyer got up and said, we all want to bury Mohbad ASAP. I assure you, by end of July, it will all be done. And then the lady got up from Van Colley and Smith. I don't know if it's Van Colley and Smith's wife or whatever. There was a lady, she said she was for the public at that foundation or something like that. Then, yeah, she said, she gave Wunmi advice, and she said something like, oh, I'm disappointed in you and Mohbad. The public are crying for solution to this thing. You guys came here to say you want to bury the child, Mohbad, when the public were actually the ones that told the government that this guy, what they've done to this guy is not fair. They're trying to find a closure to this case. And you guys came here to say you want to bury Mohbad, that's not good enough. So Wunmi's lawyer go up now and faced that woman. He had a little bit of face of like back and forth that how dare you say you're disappointed in her? Like, why are you referring to her? Why are you speaking to her? You shouldn't. Then the woman said, but I asked the magistrate for permission before speaking. So you cannot tell me not to speak. And the guy said, no, you're not, you're a public lawyer. You don't need to say whatever, whatever. So the magistrate said, you sit down and you go on. Then while she was still talking, the magistrate now felt that the magistrate said, this advice that you're giving to these people, you should include Baba, that if the tree, if there is a tree, if the head is shaking, then every other part of the tree will shake now. That if Baba is not doing the right thing, then how do you expect these people to do the right thing? Then the woman said, yeah, including Baba, all of them need to come together. She gave an example using her own family as well. She said all of them have to come together. They need to agree on what they want to do rather than come to the court. You want to do this thing and that person want to do a different thing. That they should all put heads together and so this mess out. And that was, and they agreed on the dates for the next inquiry, which was August 7th. So now playing back to what had happened in the past, like when we all complained about, oh, why are they doing inquest every month and all of that. This, what I noticed yesterday, that this magistrate asked them to decide themselves when they want the next sitting to be. She only said my Tuesday and my... So what I gathered from yesterday was that this woman, the magistrate gave them the chance to decide what day they want the next inquest. So if let's say they said in 2 weeks, I believe she would have agreed. So all this 1 month, I think is the combination of those lawyers. They are the one extending, they are the one pushing this thing far. Because she said, you guys should come together. My Tuesdays and my Wednesdays are busy, so pick a date. Do you understand? And they chose August 7th. I understand that because there is this autopsy thing that they wanted to do, maybe that's why. But prior to this, I think they are the ones choosing the date, not, oh, the magistrate is giving them next month. And looking at the magistrate yesterday, for me, listening to her yesterday, I don't think that woman is biased. I don't think so. It's just, the woman is just showing them how stupid they look. You're coming here, you don't have answers to my questions. So should I do the work for you? You do your work, I'll do mine. When you're coming, I'm asking you, do you have anything new for me to invite these people? You're looking like you're lost. Do you understand? The woman asks you, is Mohbad's house free? Like, is it empty? If you're not sure, Wumi was right there. Why didn't the person ask Wumi? So we have all of them that just only the Bankole and Smith, I'll give them a slack because obviously they haven't been accepted into this case. So I don't know how powerful or how mad they could go. I don't know their strength. I don't know. But the other two lawyers, the Odumosu and the Baba representative, the other Shitu guy, there was a shit show, like nothing. If that woman that spoke was the woman representing Shitu, it would have been a different thing, because Wumi's lawyer was that guy's name is Shoyemi. He's on point, like he was giving it to them. Like even told the magistrate to not indulge Shitu, like just throw this thing out. And the guy could not even challenge, the guy just kept quiet. So I just think we are weak on our side. And I'm weak, when I say weak, I'm talking about the Bankole and Smith, the Odumosu, and the Shitu. They are all weak. But Bankole and Smith, I'll give them a slack because they haven't been accepted. So I don't know how effective they can be. So that's all I can say.
Thank you, the sniper. Okay, Seal is sleeping. Let me clap for you. You see, this is what I'm going to say. To look at the situation, they are not part of the scene, but they will use their brain to look at it. And when something is going up, even when the judge knows that these people ought to talk, the judge will not talk for you. The judge will be looking at you. I can even ask you, don't you have anything to say? Now, in the first place, it touches me that they could ask for them to move to the scene of crime. How many months after? What is the situation of that thing? For what reason are they moving there? So if they just, it seems the lawyer from Baba, they are just making requests based on some things that are being thrown into the air. And they just write it and send it and say, do it. You cannot ask the court to grant you something without supporting it with cogent reason why you want this thing to be done. Even between us here, let's ask ourselves, if they move the sitting to Mohbad's house where he died, what benefit will that thing do to them? Where in the first place, the guy died, you took him to bury him. Police did not move into his house over a week after he died. So what do you want to go and do there, actually? I really don't know. Do they want to tell them this was where he was laid, why the father went upstairs? This was where the father saw the staircase. This was where all the imams were gathered. Is that what they want to do? And at the end of the day, let's tell ourselves the truth. Had this legal person representing Mr. Joseph Aloba, had they truly representing him as the money they were paid for? All of us, we are the one advising lawyers on what they should do. It's like you are advising your driver on which gear, on which pedal to press when he's driving for you. Or you are telling your housemaid what to do, or telling, I don't understand, or telling your security man how to protect when you've paid them their salaries. And we are the ones still explaining to these people what they are supposed to do. And I begin to ask myself, what kind of people are we? Do we even think that we are paying some people for service and we are not getting that services? And all what we see around is mediocres? And people will come and say, Wumi this. Wumi is prepared from their own end. They are prepared from their own end. Give it to them, they give it to you back. And we are not getting this, and this is not going there. Really, I really don't know. But thank you for the reporter, man. Sincerely, I don't know. My only problem with the court is, why don't they want the public lawyer to function? Since the first day this Bankole and Smith has stepped there, it has been this first day there has been opposition. The first opposition, when they first got to that court, when they appeared first, was from Falana Chamber and from the DPP. Why wouldn't they, the two of them, don't want these people? Why?
Aristocrat, can I say something about that, right?
Yes.
The Bankole and Smith, looking at them, it was as if it was a trial and error. It was as if they knew. It's like,
Yes,
like, they did not even challenge.
Let me tell you, the slapper, let me tell you, in the morning, as I yesterday, that was on Tuesday evening, they sent a late mail to the Bankole and Smith telling them that the DPP, through the Office of the Attorney General, is declining, is not supporting them to join the inquest. Now, let me go back. The first day they came, they've sent their, what do you call it? Their application to join, that they are representing a foundation on behalf of the public. That was when there was a long break. And the first day they joined, it was the Falana that said no, they cannot join this time. Then the lawyer representing the state also said so. Then the judge said, what do you mean? I am the one to decide when anybody will join. So they have the right to join. They are representing the public. And they said their application is with the judge. The judge said she hasn't seen it, that she will go through it. The second hearing, when they came, the judge told them they cannot join, that she is here to approve. So they came that time, that was the last time, they came with the notion that they will be stopped, like what happened yesterday. Notion of what could have happened last month. It was since last month that they thought they would be stopped so that they can go to High Court and file, an appeal. But they did not do it last week. They allowed them to function. And that last week, the DPP lawyer said, rose up and say, we don't have problem with the Bankole and Smith representing any foundation again, that they align with it. And they told the judge said she will get back to them. You understand what I mean? But yesterday, when they now got that letter through the mail, which they should have even given them before then, law firm always close from 4 p.m. You now send them a letter for a proceeding the following day by 5 p.m., around 5:30. It means you just want to ambush them. So those people, they know they were not actually coming. They were not coming to say, we want to defend today. They are coming to tell the court that we are going to appeal. We know you will refuse us. You understand what I mean? They know that they will be refused. They are just coming to say, we know you will refuse us, but today we will tell you that we go to High Court. And that was it. So for me, the question is this. Why is So for me, the question is, why is the government against representative by an NGO? Because me, I'm not saying Bankole and Smith. I am seeing them rejecting the public to be represented as a corporate entity. And that violates the law that set up judicial inquest, coroner inquest. Coroner inquest is a public judicial inquest. Anybody from the public can come and give testimony or support it. So why is the state now, because the DPP is the state, why is the state against representation of the people in this matter? Because tell you what, if another NGO rises up tomorrow and apply, they can be denied because you have denied another NGO. They can be denied and they can tell them that you are joining at a period where we are about to conclude. So what is these people hiding? Or why would they? Because for me, if they are not hiding anything, leave everybody to come and participate. Their questioning will also help the sitting to unravel any hidden thing. They could come to ask questions. Yesterday was supposed for others, aside the Baba lawyer, that have said they don't accept the autopsy report, which means they don't want to talk about it. But other lawyers, don't they have the right to talk about the autopsy report? Don't they have the right to talk about the total postmortem result and come with their own pathologies to talk about the report that they got the CTC about? Don't they have the right to question it and tell the state that this thing that you found out, this is what we think, or this is that we think? Don't they have the right? And yesterday, I see it as a waste of time because these people, instead of the people to come to the court to talk about the results and give evidences and give real reason why they don't trust or do not accept that postmortem result, they were there talking about they want to go and bury. Bury what? When you people still want to do DNA, when you people are still talking about doing a private autopsy, you want to go and bury the body? It means these people, and I continue to say it, the family can come together tomorrow and say, we want to close this case. At Igba for long, we've accepted. So the public that came out, that told the state to exhume this body, and they've wasted their time. All of us, we've wasted their time. And it is because we, the public, gave them that power to do it, that anytime you can pull the plug. And that is what is going to happen. That is going to happen. And I'm not saying even the state going forward to say, because the way it is, what would they go to criminal court to go and try? If at the end of the day, the autopsy, the toxicology report shows that none of the medication the nurse gave to Mohbad was seen in that report. So what do you want to hold the woman for? The only thing you can take out is professional negligence, violation of her professional ethics by being an auxiliary nurse that went to someone's home to administer something. She can easily be punished under the medical law. She will not be going to court, or you cannot jail her on top of that. And the woman can come tomorrow and say the body I injected was not that of Mohbad, since you have shown that whatever she injected Mohbad with were not seen in his body. Therefore, she can go with her lawyer and say, all the things we have talked before, I was threatened though because they held my children ransom. And I was made to say that. And they would dismiss everything. Or she says that I don't know Mohbad before, so I knew I injected someone. But it seems it is not the person I injected that they took for autopsy. That is what she will say, and she will be left off the hook. You will be left off because they've created the room for this whole case to be boggled. Because in my head, I'm thinking, who will now they take to the criminal court to be tried for homicide of Mohbad? Now what for me? Now and I beg. Thank you, Jare, the sniper. I beg for this thing. I beg.
All right, aristocrat. My question is, so how are we regarding the nurse here? If they say the nurse is in custody, and we the public, we think the nurse has been going to sign, I believe Baba lawyer should have a concrete information. And if the nurse is actually on bail, shouldn't he have corrected the magistrate right there?
Now, this is what I'm going to say about that. You see, on many occasions, you know, when they granted them bail, they always go to Panti to sign. The nurse, from my intel, has always been coming every Monday to sign with her mother, and she always come with Uber. And the nurse has even been in the inquest more than 2 times. So if the nurse is still, except they are saying that the nurse has been rearrested, except they said the nurse has been rearrested. So maybe the court does not have that information. Now, it now takes it back to the lawyer of Mr. Joseph Aloba. Don't they also have the information? Because police granted all the suspects bail. Granted all of them bail. And they've been coming. Spending was in detention. Prime Boy was in detention. They were all granted bail. And they were all asked to be signing. Either Monday, Tuesday, whichever day they chose for them. And they've been going there. They've not violated that bail condition. So if they are on bail, and even someone among us, through Lenchi, that sent the money for her to be bailed, and they used that money, and at that time she was out, and she's been going to the inquest, and the magistrate is saying she is in custody, why didn't the lawyer of Baba or that of Wumi rise up and say, Your Lordship, as at last sitting, this nurse have been coming for sitting here, not accompanied by police to say maybe she was in detention. And we know that she has been going to the Pantis office to be signing based on her bail condition. Now that you are saying she has been rearrested, can you please confirm that maybe she was rearrested because it is oblivious to us? We don't know. That should have been the thing if the lawyer does not want to correct the magistrate. But from your own report, it shows that the lawyer that was there was Dodoyo. He's a lawyer that cannot talk. He's a lawyer that cannot hold his ground. He's probably
he passed Dodoyo, sorry to say. The guy was confused.
I don't
He was
expect.
confused.
And the guy might be a brilliant person, but he came to defend a case he had no knowledge about.
Exactly.
He had no knowledge about.
You know those posh looking lawyers, yeah? Those posh ones. Yeah, that's how it looks very posh, but it looks confused. Like he was holding a 5 sheet here. I think he wrote something on that sheet. And this guy was struggling to find what he wrote. So he was just going through the sheet like, so you can tell that it looks intimidated. And the magistrate was looking at him like, you know that eye, like, you know that kind of look.
You know, maybe the guy just finished from law school. They push him, go and do. Which means that chamber, both Odumosu and Wahab Shitu chamber are not taking this case serious. Because even if they need to say, what is Odumosu's daughter? Why is Odumosu's daughter not the one talking? It means they're not taking it serious.
That girl did not say pim, like she didn't say nothing, like nothing.
They sent rookie to a very vital public interest matter. At the end of the day, they will come and say, go and put money in GoFundMe. Now, wow, maybe they do what they do, sha.
If they said they should put money in GoFundMe, if the money is for, because if the magistrate told Baba, you are paying for the private autopsy and everything that comes with it. So if they're
Yes,
saying
sir.
money, if they're saying money for autopsy, I hear that. But if they're saying money for lawyer, nah. But autopsy, yes, because you have to pay for it. I don't know how much it costs. I don't know anything about that. But if people are donating towards the autopsy, that's okay. That's what we want, private autopsy.
From
But
the
lawyer, nah.
From the press of the town hall meeting or press thing they did yesterday, did they talk about it? Because I know I learned they had a town or something.
Well,
Did they talk about it?
No, I didn't go to the town, but Paparano said, I think Paparano was streaming at some point and he said, nah, he's not interested in this. But I didn't go because I just didn't feel the need to go there. Like, I was already disappointed from what happened at the court. So why do I want to go to a press? What do they want to go and tell me there? They want to control the public again, and I'm not into that. So I just said I'm not going. Nah, I'm done.
See, for me, I don't know. I only feel that we, the public, we have given our right to Wunmi, Abosede, and Joseph Aloba instead of us to stand. Because if the public is well established in this matter, believe me, all this dodoyo they are doing, they will not do it now. They will not do all this dodoyo they are doing. They won't do it. They won't do it. Public is just being sentimental over this thing. Because tomorrow, even this family, if this family can say some of them have agreed to bury Mohbad, only the father is not agreeing. What if tomorrow the father now agrees? The case is finished now. It still takes us to the beginning where the family say they've accepted for what happened. So what investigation do they really need? Nobody from the family is speaking now that the police are not doing their responsibility. Nobody. It is the same public that is still talking about it. No member of the family.
Aristocrat, sorry, if you're saying no member of the public is talking about, sorry, the family is talking about the police, should it be the family member or should it be their lawyers? Because
the lawyer talked to the family, my brother. It's like this. You employed someone to go and represent you someplace. This person is talking for you. You are the one talking. So you, that you employ a lawyer, you will tell the lawyer what you want the lawyer to do. So the lawyer works on your behalf. Whatever the lawyer is doing and the client is not complaining, it means the lawyer is doing what the client wants. That is why I always say, from my own position, that whatever Muiwa does, whatever the lawyer do, it is Baba that is doing it. If he does not like it, he will have told them he doesn't want it. This is what I want. You understand what I'm saying? Your lawyer is your representative. Your representative cannot go to a place and represent you wrongly or not say what you want to do. It is you he's representing. He has the power of authority to represent you. So if he's not doing what you should do, then it is you. It means you are not communicating to the lawyer what you want. If you are not doing that, employ a new lawyer.
But Aristocrat, yesterday, fine, Baba was there yesterday, but from, let's say, there are 10 things that were said by the magistrate, Baba will struggle to get to. Why? Because the magistrate was not, like, it wasn't loud. You have to struggle to listen to hear what she's saying. So now Baba will depend on the people that came there to tell him what the magistrate said. So it's not left to that person to narrate to Baba now. If that person is not telling Baba the right things that were said, how is Baba supposed to know? Because I witnessed this, I was there, so I saw what was happening. So Baba would definitely struggle to, it won't pick shishi from what happened yesterday. So they only tell him, in Koba Eloso, and that is what he's going to go with.
My brother, that is another challenge. Number one is this. If you go to court, you have a case in court and you have your lawyer there and you are seated. Even because you are in that court, your lawyer must come after the case to debrief you, his client, on everything that transpired. Do you agree with me? Now, in this case,
Yeah, I agree with you.
Baba is not the only one going there. You have his Egbe Afenifele all around him. It is also their duty to help him in things he does not hear. So he has enough people to debrief him on this matter. So for me, he doesn't have, him and his team do not have any excuse. They don't. Because unlike you, only you went there. You could not hear some things. You were even asking Mose, Oga, waiting this person say, because you are inclusivity, because you don't have any other person. Now, what did Mose do? Mose told you, it means because you are Mose, you are from the public, and K Crown, you reach out to them. So you have more people present there that even if anything omitted you, you will ask them. The same way Baba has a lawyer, he has his Egbe Afenifere there, and he also has some his family member there that when they get back home, oh, what happened today, what happened, and they talk about it. And they go in for a town hall meeting or a press meeting means they have full knowledge of what is going on and they want to share it with people. So the question is, what are they sharing with people? What are they sharing with people? So it's a lot of complexity. And I'm sincerely telling you, my brother, I employed a lawyer and I'm not getting full service. What am I supposed to do? I complained to him about it. I don't see change. I fire him. In court, a defendant can rise up and say, my lord, I fired this lawyer. I want a new lawyer, so I want adjournment. And the lawyer and the judge will grant it. You can fire your lawyer anytime in a case. Fire and get a new one. Now adjournment you go seek for. So if these people are not giving them what they want, they should talk. But if they are not talking, it means they are giving them what they want. It means they are giving them what they want. So for me, if I want to put blame, I don't care whether they are doing or not, because I will not blame them because they are supposed to be having meeting with them. So if the lawyers that are professional that you've employed to represent you are not doing what they should do, so why are you looking at them? It means you are going to lose that case. If you lose the case, the lawyer will go home. It is you, the client, that lost the case. So who should be proactive? It is you. It is you. You just have to fight. And in this case, people have contributed for this lawyer. Why are they being paid? If they are not doing well, why are they being paid?
I think from yesterday, yeah, people are happy about they forgot about the other things that happened in the court. The fact that private autopsy has been granted, people celebrated, the happy and all of that, but they're not looking at the long run. Because I said to Paparano yesterday, I said, listen, yeah, me, I don't know how you give accolades to one person and the other person. You're giving flower to Bankole and Smith yesterday, another. I said, see, there was no back and forth. There was no, Bankole had to fight, nothing like that. That woman she had prepared it, she's accepted it. She came out from her office and she read everything. She said she's accepted it, that they should do the private autopsy. So no, who I will give that accolade to is the person that submitted that thing in the first place. Anyway, there was no. I just see this thing as power to
Yes. It was a decision of the magistrate, not anybody.
You understand?
He granted them.
So,
finish.
Yeah, all these people, somebody trying to praise one person, somebody is trying to praise the other person. That's why I said I went there just because I wanted to be. And when Mama Lady Evis asked me a question that, which side are you on? And I'm like, me, I'm neutral. I'm for justice. I have friends there. I'm not going to come lie to nobody. I will say things the way I saw it, and I'm not going to hug one person. What I saw yesterday was a shit show. Apart from the fact that they managed to get that autopsy, that private autopsy thing. That's the only thing. Every other thing, it was the
sniper. Let me tell you something about the private autopsy. Any legal person can correct me. I don't think already the the postmortem examination, private postmortem examination, that is the combination of the autopsy and the toxicology, is in the High Court. They've assigned a judge to that case. If you have a case in the High Court, a coroner cannot supersede the High Court. So the matter is subsiding in the High Court, as it were. Secondly, I don't know if the coroner can give an express approval to go and do autopsy. I think it is the job of the High Court to do, or to do postmortem. I think it is the job of the High Court to do. So before they all celebrate very well, I'm just thinking aloud, they should verify properly to know that technically the coroner have accepted for them to do it. But they themselves, they carry their matter to to state High Court. Are they now saying that High Court to forget about it? Because High Court must pronounce on it before they do anything. So the time frame they are talking about might not be that visible if they don't sort that out. They must check it. And I think their lawyer should explain that to them. You understand what I mean? Any
Yeah,
legal
I
person
do.
can check that. Because the matter, they just gave them a judge. And as a matter